terrifying stunts, exotic locations, nefarious villains, and ancient artifacts. These are the reasons why our nation has become obsessed with the bombastic film serial, The Adventures of Mitch McCracken. Week by week, filmgoers, such as yourselves, flock to the local movie theater to enjoy each exciting new installment. Now, I need not tell you all this because you all are huge fans of the Mitch McCracken program. Or not? I thought so. Now, there's something that you may not know. These films aren't just pulp stories cooked up by Hollywood. They're based on true events. Now, you all know of Nick Finch, Mitch McCracken's loyal companion who accompanies him on every adventure? Sure. Yes, well, I am the real Nick Finch. And I've accompanied Mitch on many adventures over the years. Now, throughout this decade of the 1930s, Hollywood has put our journeys on the silver screen. But due to limited budgets, rudimentary effects, and puritanical sensibilities, they have failed to capture them in their true glory. Well, let's see. For example, in Mitch McCracken and the Ruby Staff, when Mitch enters the Chamber of Terror, he faces a room full of cobras in the film at least. Can you guess, in real life, what much more terrifying creatures he faced?
Bunnies.
I heard bunnies. See, that is correct. What is more terrifying than a cobra? A bunny rabbit. Believe me, you. If you walk into a chamber and see 1,000 bunnies producing more bunnies, they didn't want to show that to the kids. Let's see, another example. In Mitch McCracken and the Sapphire Compass, in order to cross the treacherous tundra, Mitch and I had to face a fierce hailstorm in the movie. Can you guess, in real life, what much more fierce obstacle we had to face?
Lava.
Lava. Yes. Lava in the tundra. The tundra was adjacent to a volcano with a leaky nose, so to say, and lava spilling across it. It took us 5 hours to navigate that lava. For some reason, they didn't think that was as interesting. One more example. In Mitch McCracken and the Emerald Crown, the villainous LaRue perished when she fell from the horrendous cliffs. Can you guess what much more horrendous fate LaRue faced?
Paper cut.
That's correct. It was a very sad death. Death via paper cut. It started bleeding. And bleeding so much, it was her pinky. All the blood in her body spurted out of it, much like that volcano. And yet again, the studios refused to show it. And so you see that the films don't hold a torch to the real life events. And that's why I, Nick Finch, have gathered you all here to regale you with the 100% true tales of the adventures of Mitch McCracken. Woo! Now you all sound very excited, and I'm struggling to decide which adventure to talk about. Perhaps I could use the help from a junior adventurer out there. If you would like to help me decide what story we're going to hear tonight, raise your hand and come join me on the stage. Don't be afraid. You're all brave junior adventurers. Not all at once. Yes, please. Stand right here. Junior adventurer, what is your name?
Joseph.
Joseph? are you ready to help me decide which artifact we are about to hear about tonight?
I am.
Come join me right here. Bring out the artifacts. Joseph, bring me the one that speaks to you the most.
It's a sponge.
Ah, the quest for the tablet. It's my favorite adventure. Let's hear a big round of applause for this. Now, you've all no doubt seen the film based on this adventure. And it picks up at the tail end of our last adventure. But it's very important to know. In the film, that took place in a forest. But in real life, can you guess what location we were in?
In Arby's in Alaska. Not around.
I heard something over here that was 1930s appropriate. What was that?
Space.
Yes, of course. Space did exist in the 1930s. You see, it was a secret from most of America. But the United States had been conducting experiments to go into space. There, floating up in an international space station that was far ahead of its time, was myself, zero gravity. There were bodies floating around. They were dead people. Astronauts who, as we had not yet invented the right capabilities, had not survived the journey. And floating in from the top or the bottom, I really couldn't tell if we were in space. It was all topsy-turvy. Was none other than Mitch McCracken!
Well, it's a fine mess we found ourselves in again, old chum, eh? Oh, these poor cosmonauts, they didn't make it.
But Mitch, I'm sure the jewel is around here somewhere.
It must be. Why, it's powering this ship. And if we don't get it back, well, America's hopes for making it to the moon one day may never fully be realized.
Mitch, we're so close, I can almost taste it. We're like only, say, 30 years out.
I agree. You know, it's a little overwhelming being up here looking down at that beautiful blue marble. But, well, it's moments like these where I just remind myself it could be worse. This shuttle could be filled with bunnies.
Mitch, please don't think about that at a time like this.
Of course not, of course not. It's just, well, you know, I've always had a bit of a phobia of bunnies. I guess I never told you where that came from.
No, you hadn't. But every time I bring out a carrot, you quiver.
Listen, you and I are gonna have to go on a spacewalk because that jewel is attached to the nose cone of this shuttle. While we prepare, let me fill you in. Not to get too psychological, but, well, I think my fear of bunnies stems from a deeper-seated emotion. My fear of children. I guess I'm telling you this because, well, just before we blasted off, Fiona, you know, my lovely Fiona back home, well, she told me she wants to start trying.
Wow, that's a big step, Mitch.
Yeah. She wants to do a spacewalk without The spacesuit, if you know what I mean.
Well, Mitch, if anyone can brave a whole chamber of bunnies, or trek through so many patches of lava, or even endure a woman dying via paper cut over many hours, then he surely can be a father.
Here, clip on. Now, the last radio transmission from this vessel indicated that there was some unknown creature or creatures attacking from the outside. Once we step foot outside this door, well, we've got to be prepared for just about anything.
All right, Mitch, well, I would bring my gun, but I don't think it works in space. So I got these.
Me too. Hold tight. I suppose that wasn't very respectful to their friends and family back home. We should have tethered them down. But it's too late now.
Gorgon! Seafield, come to the bridge of the ship! I, the evil Tanasia, from the planet Zorolia, have made it across thousands of light years, and we approach the planet Earth. Shut up! Now, look at the annual chronometer device and tell me what year it is on the planet Earth.
We are missing the crystal, sir.
The crystal?
And they cannot tell the time without the chrono crystal.
We must find the crystal there.
Mitch, look, coming out that thin slit. It's a large orb of some sort.
The crystal, it is on the nose of that craft here. But I thought it was too early for Earth to have developed space travel.
Nick, look, it's crowding.
I'm going to crowd.
Something's emerging.
Oh no!
Breathe! He'll be okay.
Can you hold my hand, Mitch?
Of course.
Look, on the viewer screen, they must be earthly.
How puny and small they look, sir.
Yes. Perhaps we shall bring them over here with the atomizer.
What's the meaning of this?
I'll tell you what's the meaning of this. I am the most powerful man in all of the universes, and you have a crystal that I need.
The Amber Jewel. You'll never get your hands on it.
I think I will. Go and bring me the jewel. Meanwhile, I will sit here with my back turned to my enemy.
Those creatures you just sent out, are they your children?
Ah, yes, they are. My first and second born.
Are you proud of them? Do they make you happy?
I am very proud of them.
And how long have they lived with you?
All of their 17 lives.
17 whole lives?
Well, of course.
Well, on your planet, after the 17th life, don't they move out?
To tell you the truth, I wish they would. I'm afraid we've had a failure to launch.
But surely you've been able to have many adventures and not feel held down by them anyway? Was your freedom sacrificed at all?
Father, we have got you the jewel. May we return to our room to play Globlatzian video games.
Yes.
I have first turn.
Clean your bathroom!
Mitch, without that jewel, we'll never get back to Earth.
You're right. Say, pal, your kids.
Yes.
Would they do anything for you?
Yes.
Really?
Why are you so curious about my children? Don't you understand that now that I have this jewel, I can destroy your puny human race?
I'm just wondering how they might react if you were in danger.
Well,
Come on, Nick. Before they realize and finish their video games, we've got to get back to the shuttle and get back to Earth. Mitch McCracken will not die today. Nick, we've been spotted, Nick. Nick, throw me. Hold my tether back. Whoa, it's got me. Nick, your helmet, no. Come on, Nick. Fire up boosters. We're coming in hot, Mitch! We're gonna crash! That's all right! Pull the parachute! It snapped! That's all right! The jewel! Plug it into the rocket boosters! It'll give us that extra punch we need so I can bring her in! I'm aiming right for Cape Canaveral! Hold tight! Jewel activator button engaged! Well, that certainly was a blast.
And so, Mitch and I successfully defeated the alien creatures. The United States government swore us to secrecy to never tell what happened. Years in the future, movie producers would offer us a lot of money, so we eventually did. But that's beside the point. After a nice spacewalk, Mitch McCracken likes to go home and be with Fiona. Now, in the films, of course, they lived in a manor, in the countryside, beautiful, elegant, but that was not the case in real life. Can you guess where they truly lived?
A motel.
Yes, at this point in time, Mitch McCracken was living out of a motel with his beautiful Fiona. It was off of I-80. Somewhere in the heartlands. It was dingy and dark, but laying on the bed next to her, Mitch McCracken.
Oh, my dear.
So glad you're back.
Me too. But, well, you seem troubled. Would you like me to get us some more ice?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I was just wondering, have you thought more about the conversation we had before you left?
Oh, yeah, that. Well, I don't know, sweetums. It's just, well, what with our current living situation, I mean, where would the bassinet go?
I mean, it can go right there underneath the vanity.
Sure. I don't know, I mean, the maid, I don't know that they do turn down service on a bassinet. So.
Mitch, it just feels like you're making a lot of excuses. Like this isn't something you actually want.
Fiona, I love you, you know that.
And I love you too.
And I want to do anything to make you happy. Why, if you wanted a giant jewel from outer space, well, I'd blast up there and I'd take on the leader of an alien race just for you. Usually the American government gets in the way and confiscates whatever I collect, but I'd do it. It's just that, well, this is a big step. I mean, we're not even married, and, well...
Then let's get married. Let's get married, please.
I walked into that one, didn't I? Well, you know what I do for a living. I'm on the road most of the year. It's no environment to...
Mitch, I told you, my daddy can hire you at his firm. He
Oh, this again, Fiona. Your father is a wonderful man, but you know, Mr. Goldsmith and I, we just don't exactly see eye to eye. He has no use for the adventurer's trade, and I think, frankly, he would prefer that you and I work together.
Daddy's just old-fashioned like that, but maybe if you could show him that you had a real job, maybe he would say yes.
A real job? Are you implying that being an adventurer of some international renown, I mean, sure, it doesn't pay much, enough to afford this meager extended stay arrangement?
It would be nice to get a paycheck every week.
You'll excuse me, we're fine on towels. Oh, hello, can I help you?
You're Mr. Kraken?
That's right.
I'm Agent Maloney, FBI.
Oh, Mr. Maloney, I'm sure my taxes are all above board.
FBI, not IRS.
Of course. Won't you please come in? This is my partner, Fiona.
Pleasure. Sorry to barge in on you like this, Mr. McCracken, but something came up, national security, and well, we know you're the best. You find artifacts, you solve crime, mysteries.
See?
Frankly, we're out of ideas.
How can I help you, Agent?
Well, something has been stolen from the prime artifact vault at the Pentagon.
That's your specialty, prime article about stuff.
The tablet of Berthia. The way you flinched, you've heard of this.
That's been an object of great legend in the
Yes.
adventurer community for
Yes.
many years. You mean it's been in the Pentagon this whole time?
That's correct, but not anymore. It's been stolen. And of course, the tablet of Berthia, whoever has control of the tablet will have control over births across the whole world. No one will be able to give birth again if this tablet is not. Give it back to me.
Of course, but if the legends are true, it's written in an ancient language that no one can decipher. No one knows the ancient incantation needed to speak the spell into existence that would prevent one country from procreating and another to replenish its population and presumably its armies ad nauseum. Can I already offer you something from the minibar?
Please, I'll take vodka tonic.
I have a little thing of vodka. I mean, the only way to decipher the tablet is to look at it through the monocle of Barnutha.
Yes, Barnutha, as you know, was a goddess. And that is why, Mr. McCracken, something has been deeply overlooked. The tablet is able to be deciphered only by the eyes and lips of a woman. It's only been looked at by men. FBI is only men.
Of course. It's 1930s.
We thought about hiring a woman, but... Anyway, Mr. McCracken, we need you on the case. Will you accept?
How much does it pay?
I see.
No, I'll...
No!
You'll be rewarded handsomely. That is something that will be offered to you upon a retrieval.
Very well. I accept.
There's something, oh, I apologize. Perhaps this could help you start your journey. The ancient scroll of Barathia. I'll leave you to it. If you need to get a hold of me,
The picture of two birds.
that's right.
I recognize these birds.
The birds of unison. One male, one female. If you need to reach me, here's my card. Again, my name is Agent Maloney.
And so Agent Maloney went off. And to recap, the tablet of Berthia was stolen. No one knows by who. The only way to read it is using a monocle. A woman must use the monocle in order to read it to stop all births around the world or control them.
I recognize these birds. They're indigenous to a small island off the coast of Papua New Guinea. I think that's where we start.
But he says that it has to be read by a woman.
That's
Poor
why you're
Earth.
coming with me. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yes.
I have asked you at every adventure to take me with, and you always tell me it's too dangerous.
It is too dangerous, but it's time that you understand a little better what I did for a living. Maybe you might respect it a little bit more, even though it doesn't bring home the most money. What do you say? Will you go?
I say yes.
Why don't we stop by your father's house before we go? I've left some supplies there, and I'll need to load up for this journey.
Madam Francesca, your coat. I come to give you good news, madam.
You found the tablet!
Not only have we found the tablet, madam, it is on its way.
I knew there was a reason I hired you.
Yes, madam.
Oh, I've been shining my monocle all morning in hopes that this is the news that you would bear.
Yes, and of course, you being a woman will be able to read the tablet, madam.
I shall read.
That was for me, but that's fine.
Oh, I just put it in my eye. Oh dear.
That's all right. It's just alcohol. Now, madam, I must say, your plan is devious. When you look in the mirror, you must see evil incarnate, but I am not quite sure I know why.
Then look closer.
You have cataracts?
This is the evil born of centuries of abuse and being treated like a nobody. Years my family who came from an ancient Guarodia. You know Guarodia.
Of course.
Of course you do.
Next to.
And we were the very
Oh.
peasants of Guarodia.
Yes.
And then, through just hard work, labor, and a little bit of deception and murder, I worked my way up to here. The richest woman of my family, and no one would dare to treat me like a peasant anymore.
No, of course they wouldn't dare, madam.
And my dear, once I have the tablet, not only will they see me and my family for who we really are, oh, but then they won't be able to have babies anymore.
Madam, I did forget one thing.
Yes?
You know, getting the tablet was easy. You know, there were several guards that were just bumping chests at each other and high-fiving and other manly things. They were too distracted, but there is someone on the case. Mitch McCracken.
Not Mitch McCracken,
Yes.
my arch nemesis.
Yes.
He doesn't know it,
Well, he
though,
doesn't.
unless you've heard differently.
He doesn't know that you're his arch nemesis, or he doesn't know something else.
I don't know what he doesn't know. But I don't know if he knows that I'm after it. So we need to get ahead of it.
Yes, of course, madam.
So where is it?
Well, it is in a plane flying to the island of Papua New Guinea.
And that's where we need to be.
Yes, because he will be there as well.
Mitchell, I have to tell you, I'm not at all half happy about you taking my daughter off on one of these harebrained adventures of yours.
Well, Mr. Goldsmith, that's her decision, isn't it?
Yeah, Daddy, I'm a strong, independent woman.
Yes, a strong, independent woman living off the trust fund that I worked 48 years in the paper-clip business to provide for.
Look, we just stopped by because, well, when we were over here for Thanksgiving, I left a few things up in the guest bedroom. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to go pick up my passport and my gun and a few extra sundry travel things. I'll be right back.
Now, there was a very particular reason that Fiona's father disliked Mitch McCracken. In the movie, of course, he was a little bit racist against specific people. But in real life, it was not quite so harsh. In real life, why did he dislike Mitch McCracken?
He loved the toilet. Too.
I heard something right here. He was also in love with him. Yes, that's correct.
Now, darling, sit down. Let me pour you out a Mitch a drink.
Daddy, I don't understand why you don't like Mitch.
Why I don't like Mitch. The same reason a good girl like you should not like him. Look at him. What is he? Nothing but tall and brawny, with a firm chin and a rugged beard, and abs that ripple in the sunlight like a busboard in a hotel. And calves that ball out.
I was going to say he's so sweet and kind.
Is he?
I just want you to love him as much as I do.
Fiona, that would be ridiculous. I'm not racist. That's not necessarily said. Listen, I want you to break up with him.
No!
I don't want you to throw your life away on a rake like that.
Daddy, I love him. I want to have his babies.
Why? Tell me how he treats you at night.
I feel really uncomfortable right now.
Spare no detail.
Daddy, all I'm asking is for you just to be okay. I just want your blessing.
I'm afraid I can't give you my blessing. Hear me now, Fiona, and hear me good. If you go off on this adventure with Mitch, I'm cutting you off.
Well, I consider myself cut off.
Really? You're going to live on what? On what, I tell you? You can't live on money if you don't have paper clips!
Well, I've got my materials and I'm ready to go. Mr. Goldsmith, it was good to see you again. Whoa! Oh, sorry. Get your area rug.
Oh, wait, I'm tripping also! Ah!
Are you all right, sir?
Yes, I'm fine.
Well, we now jump into a cargo plane, flying very close to Papua New Guinea. Mitch McCracken, Fiona, and myself were hiding in the cargo bay as two hapless henchmen wandered into the back.
Hey, Scotty! Scotty! Oh, that's a great hat, Scotty.
I found it.
You found that hat?
I found it.
It's like that hat you found the last time.
I like finding hats.
You find it all the time.
And you never find the
I
hat.
never find a hat.
You never find them.
I'm not lucky with hats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm good with? Shoes.
Yeah, and shooting people.
Shooting people.
Hey, will you two keep it down? I'm trying to fly a plane.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Mitch, I get the feeling that these two are not very intelligent.
Hey, I was sussing that out. Thank you. What do you call that kind of hat?
This kind of hat?
Yeah, that one right there.
Free.
That wasn't very good.
No.
Hey, Mitch.
Well, are we supposed to check the
Yeah, we're supposed to do. That's what we were supposed to do.
Might want to buckle up. We're getting some turbulence.
Oh, sure.
Okay, fly through the storm.
Is this hold? I can hold on.
Yeah, I'll just hold it.
Yeah, is the storm coming?
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Big
Mitch, I overheard them saying where the tablet was.
Did you? I was thinking they might get to that. Hey,
They'll probably restate it soon.
you know what? We should probably check on that tablet. It's in one of
The one that I left in the locked box that I unlocked to make sure it was in there that's just behind me right here?
Yeah, the one that's got the words danger in on it.
Yeah, that's to confuse people so they don't look inside.
Don't look in the box. It's got danger in on I'm in! Village! Jake! There's a slipstream. That's all right. We've got to make for the shore. It's the only way.
I have nothing to paddle with.
Here, you take this. Listen, that tablet, it has the power to let people have babies or not have babies.
I know.
Well, I'm just thinking if we find the monocle, well, we could use it or not. You still interested in that?
More than ever. I told my dad that I was going to be with you, and he cut me off. So now you're the only family I've got.
Wait a second, Fiona. A, I'm so sorry to hear that. And B, I'm kind of happy because your dad gives me the willies. And C, how are we going to afford living in that extended stay hotel anymore? I mean, oh, look, there's a man on the beach clapping.
What a sad, sad, tragic story of Mitch McCracken and Fiona. They were found dead in the jungle of Papua New Guinea, together holding hands with no tablet in sight.
Wait a second, I recognize you. You work for the madam.
That's right, Madam Francesca.
Also known as Fiona.
Oh,
We have the same name?
No, I was kidding.
I'm confusing sometimes. She likes jokes.
She has a very evil sense of humor.
Hand me the tablet and die.
Wait, so we have nothing to gain if we hand you the tablet?
Well, you'll have free hands to hold each other.
Mitch, what do I do?
Well,
Or she dies.
no.
Yes, slowly.
It was
Very
that-
slowly.
That point in time that an idea came to Mitch McCracken. The tablet had the power to allow anyone to give birth. Man, woman, anyone. And with that power, they concocted a plan.
She dies. What are you going to say to that?
Fiona, I'll distract him, point the tablet at the henchman, and read line 3. I know we don't have the monocle yet, but I trust you. Someone who is desperate to have a baby, the magic of the tablet will shine through.
Stop whispering to each other without us being able to hear.
Before you shoot us, I just have one thing to say.
And what is that?
Overtures, curtain lights. This is it, the night of nights. And no more singing. Ah! Keep coming, Fiona. Keep reading.
Team.
She's working. Oh no! You got 2 for 1.
Yes.
Oh my God! Baby, I never seen in the jungle, come on! The great baby ducks and the baby lamb.
Who's there? Stay back, I have a hat! Well, I guess it was nothing.
Look there! Look!
He is of different clothing.
You two, you must be your protectors of the tablet.
You speak such things. How are you aware of the tablet?
I
We protect the monocle.
Brother, go on his other side.
Oh,
Tell us why you have come here.
or have your flesh flayed from your bow.
Yes, and cooked.
Till crispy,
And then we consume it.
with a sauce made from coconut.
It's very delicious.
My God. You're the real reason we have this job.
Yes.
Look, I know I look very tasty, but here, I caught some fish. Perhaps you want to sit around my fire and share some?
I do love.
Tell us,
Oh, yes, tell us.
or lose your life.
My brother the fish.
I just want my friend Mitch McCracken to have a baby.
Oh!
Mitch McCracken.
Ah!
The
Mitch
McCracken.
McCracken! You speak the name. You are friend.
Yes. See, we want to use the tablet and the monocle for good reasons.
For child.
Yes.
We have been sworn to hide the monocle from all, for it brings only doom.
But we've been having dreams as of late.
Of a tall
Birthless world.
and a tall man
Yes.
with a rugged chin, rippling abs, calves that are quite swollen and swollen.
Exquisite!
Exquisite beard!
Look upon my eyes. He speaks the truth, brother.
We shall take him.
We shall take him to Condor.
Where is Candor? Where would they be taking Nick? Would Mitch and Fiona get the tablet back? Or would the madam and her henchmen and that baby, that very large baby, take it and do their evil bidding with it? Find out after a 15-minute intermission.